Got raw beef on my hand, I touched my face. So the thumbnail is meant to be thin slices of beef. There we go, deep fried type of beef, but it's not deep fried, and it would be draped over rice. Wait, do people like beef? Got raw beef. And we got our day-old rice. Now, this is one of those times where I say when you have a podcast you want to be listening to, you put it on because this is going to require some precision work here. And as we all know, I am the expert of safety.
That is one big pile of shit.
You lay it out in this particular way. Now what you're going to start doing is you're going to start taking the beef and cutting off all of this fat. And you want to be very precise and don't throw any of it away. Don't throw it away. So now we have all the fat outer trimmings and we have our beef here. You would want to be taking your knife and cutting that way, like that. That is a safe thing I'm doing. That's how you're gonna want to cut the beef. Now you place your knuckles like this and you don't let yourself get cut. If you do, you're an idiot and you need to go to the hospital. But we need to get as tight in there as possible and just give it slim shavings. Almost like you're trying to do a shaved steak, but you want to keep just about, I want to say, like enough for a sandwich. So little. Like, it's very thin. You can do it. Your sizing on this one is fully dependent on how you want to shape it. If you want to do thicker pieces, you can. But I find that a good solid 1/4 of an inch is about the thickest that I want to go so that it stays exactly crispy. You'll see why. Look at that marbling. That's the type of marbling that's going to really take your just beef in general to the next game. The next level. So really this is the secret ingredient of what makes these things amazing. You have this little bit of pellicose here, and actually when you cook pellicose, if it's gone really far with the dry age, you should absolutely cut it up. It'll smell bad usually, but this just has umami flavor in it that is beyond belief, where almost you get the sensation of cheese. And if you're going to use something like peanut oil, you're essentially reincorporating the fat and the pellicose all through the thin slices of the beef, because it's allowed to actually get through the fibers of the meat here. When you're cooking this giant roast thing, you can't really get that type of flavor in each individual bite, so you gotta improvise a little bit here. It's a super time-taxing process, but in the end, it is absolutely worth it for you. I don't know why, I've gotten into the habit of calling stabbing me with the sharp end of the knife this way, like whatever the hell that 90 degree, the corner of the knife, the 90-degree angle, like I call that slapping myself. I keep slapping myself, and it's been driving me absolutely crazy to just be banging my fucking knuckles. And as you can hear in the background, this was a huge part of the trick. You take about 75% peanut oil, and then you take about 25% pure canola oil. Now here's the key. Here's the key. Listen, before you evacuate this video panicking, oh my god, you're eating fat. No. Watch what we're about to do. So now you have your fat that's covered and boiling in their own fat to some extent. You use a hybrid blend here, and this is the key. Now you take beef and you do a magic mix. Now like any meat, you want to take these and get these salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. Salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. Garlic powder, onion powder. Salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder. I'm going to repeat that again and again until you remember those 4 things. Nice healthy coating. Go a little healthy. I'd say about maybe tablespoon. You don't want to do too much. You do not want to do too much. And you just do the same with everything except for the black pepper. The black pepper you're going to use maybe like a teaspoon, give or take. To be honest, by the way, this is part of the recipe. This is not me doing this unintentionally. You have to get the meat bits, you have to get the fat bits roaring crispy hot. And I know I have to speak over the goddamn, I want a divorce! Transfer off the heat. Once you have all of your ends are burnt, crisped, you save those ends. You gotta let them cool down though. They're still bursting at the bits. In a nice stainless steel pan. Ow! This is the key ingredient you're gonna want to use, because pans are ingredients. You take this pan to a medium temperature You let it sit. You get it ripping hot first, and then you start mixing your meat together so that you got some good meats. The stainless steel pan's got to get to a nice little burn in there where there's just a little bit of browning forming, and then we're gonna switch to the next important part of this step, and it's gonna be a little dangerous, so please use actual caution. I'm not just fucking around with this. You've got to be smart. This could actually legit light your house on fire. So don't be an idiot. See, we've got perfectly crisp, but they're not too burnt. That's kind of actually the consistency you want. You don't want them too burnt, but you do want them burnt. Grab a little bit of water, flick into the pan. You got fucking, it's boiling hot. The water ain't even there. Grab a metal spoon. That's a hot pan. Hot oil. Small amounts. Safer than I'm obviously doing. I'm a genius. Take your hot oil. Put the hot oil in the pan. Not too much. Over there. Hot, boiling, drippy, burnt, will hurt. Be very careful. This is gonna make a mess. Clean tongues for when they're cooked. Clean. You stay clean. Now we got day old rice in the bowl, cold. And then once that stuff is done, it's cooked all the way through, you just keep dripping the pieces over here, and you have the best fucking meal you've ever had in your life. Now you see on top down that there is a giant amount of mess everywhere. This kind of unfortunately comes with the territory, but you're gonna taste the difference. You see all of that flavor just building up. This is to die for, man. I can't explain any better how much this is just a to die for type of meal. I always make sure to fold out these peak heads and get them nice and crisped up. Let them drip dry and place in the bowl. Bam! Oil actually brings down the temperature and keeps it from all charring up and whatnot. Right? And then from there, you get it going. A nice ripping boil to some extent so you can reduce down the wine, and then you're going to add some of this, not all of it, to that, and you're gonna have a beautiful fucking meal. So with these bits, you take your nice hot frickin', after it just got cooled down boiling, you pour some of it in here. You don't want to do too much. You do not want to do too much. You want to keep this on the relatively healthier end of the spectrum, and there you fucking go. It's time. This is the classic scene you've seen a million times. The cooking YouTuber at their cutting board, like, oh my god, it's time to assemble. It's going to be amazing. I guess ironically doing the same thing is the same thing, isn't it? So let's make our food. Look at that. It's shallow fried in most of its own fat. You're eating a pretty decent strip of beef there. And this is some high quality shit, man. This is gonna be 10 out of 10. Justin's gonna eat it. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe this was given a 10 out of 10 rating. One weird thing I decided to do actually, Jocelyn, with this is you can take the beef and you can wrap it almost like a sushi.
Like a sushi, huh?
Yeah, like a sushi.
Is that brown rice you're using?
Yes. Of course it's white rice, my dear.
Yeah, maybe I should have just shoved it all in my mouth like a little pig. I don't know. Is that what pigs do? Who shoves things in their mouth? Who's shoving things in their mouth?
Me.
Anyway, maybe I could have taken a bite out of it instead of just being like, whoa. But it was really good. Beef is really good. Really chew. Like, it's like got the right amount of chew to it. The right amount of salt. Got other beefy beef stuff.
Beefy beefs.
So I'm sure that's tasty, but do you also taste your shame?
No. Sharing isn't caring, Jocelyn, as we've learned in this household.
I was biting and
We have these little gray bits. They're absolutely disgusting looking. We want those. We actually would like to keep that because that's pellicose, and you get just a little bit of that dry age taste on it. That's the secret ingredient here. I hope you're as shocked as I was because it really blew my mind, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out how you can get Stocks cryptocurrency for free in the description down below using any one of the apps. Check out their rules and limitations. Check out each of them. Affiliate links, you get a little bit of free money, stocks, and cryptocurrency. What do you got to lose?